Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another review. And today, I have the DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. And in this video, I'd like to explain why I think DJI may have built the perfect drone for both new flyers and even experienced flyers that are looking for a smaller drone that still has all the features you care about in an airframe that weighs less than 250 grams. I'd also like to explain some of the options available if you decide to buy the Mini 3 Pro, because it's the first drone that DJI's released where you can buy just the drone if you have a compatible controller, or you've got a choice between two controllers, and even a choice between two different battery styles, and all of those choices will really impact the way the drone flies. So for starters, let's talk about the specifications. The drone itself weighs less than 250 grams. Now that's important in the US because if a drone is considered lightweight, which is under 250 grams, you won't have to worry about registering it with the FAA. You still have to follow all the rules, so stay within visual line of sight, don't fly over 400 feet, stay out of no-fly zones, don't fly over people. Those rules are really simple to follow. But where it becomes really important is outside of the United States, a lot of countries require any drone that weighs more than 250 grams to be considered a commercial drone, which means you've got to go out and take a test in some cases. You may have to get insurance. There's a lot more restrictions on those heavier drones. So you've got a really nice lightweight drone. Now, one of the challenges in the old days with a lightweight drone like this was that it was really not a great drone in the wind. If it was a really windy day, the drone was sort of a slave to the wind, that it would move around a lot. DJI's figured all that out because the Mini 3 Pro is really the fourth generation of sub 250 gram drones from DJI, and this unit has an incredibly smart control system inside. It's got really powerful motors, and it can handle a category 5 wind, which is a really strong wind. So what you've got is a drone that's small that really flies like a much bigger drone. All right, in addition to that, you're probably wondering about flight time. Normal drones can fly 15 or 20 minutes on a full battery charge. This unit can fly 34 minutes on the standard battery, and it can fly 42 minutes on the larger battery. So if you want to fly longer, go with the larger batteries. The only challenge there is the larger battery puts the drone over that 250 gram limit. So again, in the US, shouldn't be a big deal. You register with the FAA, it costs you a couple of dollars, and you can fly it for a couple of years with no issues whatsoever. So for me, it's not that big a deal, but some people think it's a real hassle to do that. So if you're worried about the registration, keep it under the 250, go with the smaller battery. But I promise you, once you put this drone up in the air, you're gonna have so much fun with it that you'll want those extra 8 minutes on the battery. All right, the next question you probably have is, how good is the camera? Because if you're buying a camera drone like this, you want to make sure you can capture some beautiful pictures and record some amazing video footage. Well, the Mini 3 Pro is not a slacker there either, because it can record 48 megapixel pictures and it can record an incredible 4K video at 60 frames a second. So it's like having a professional DSLR camera up in the sky that you're flying around, and that's incredible. The sensor size on this is 1/1.3 inches, which is a pretty good size sensor for a small drone like this. So a lot of people look at this and think, oh, it's a toy drone. It really can't do that well up in the air. But with those kind of specifications, again, you're getting a drone here that flies and really takes video and pictures like a bigger drone. So for all those reasons, this is the perfect drone for new flyers and even experienced flyers to put up in the air. The last question a lot of people have is, how far can you fly the drone? Because one of the concerns most new flyers have is that the drone's going to get a couple hundred yards away from you, you'll lose signal with the controller, and then the drone will fly off over the horizon. And that's the last you'll ever see of it. So DJI has conquered that as well, because they've come out with proprietary technologies that connect the drone to the controllers, whereas most other drones use a standard Wi-Fi connection signal, which again is really kind of susceptible to interference if you're in a crowded environment with a lot of Wi-Fi noise and a lot of buildings and trees and things like that. DJI has pioneered a technology called OcuSync, and this is the third generation, so it's O3 or OcuSync 3, which guarantees a rock-solid connection for an incredible 12 kilometers, which you can't really fly that far because, again, the rules in the United States are that you have to keep the drone in your visual line of sight, but knowing you could fly 12 kilometers means that you're going to have a rock-solid signal in close where it really matters, and you're never going to have to worry about the drone and the controller losing contact and the drone doing things you don't expect. So that's the basic specifications. Now, in addition to that, there's a tremendous amount of smarts built into the drone, starting with its crash avoidance. You normally don't find a small drone like this that has awareness of its surroundings. This drone can actually see trees and wires and other obstructions when you're flying the drone. And if you get close to a tree, it's going to pull back. If you get close to a wire, it's going to pull back. So it's smart enough to avoid obstacles when it's flying. In addition to that, it's got a technology inside that will actually navigate through a very complex environment. So it's almost crash proof, where you can put this thing in the forest and race towards a tree, and it doesn't just stop like a lot of other drones that have crash avoidance. It will actually find a way around the tree to continue flying. So it's not only smart to avoid solid objects, it's already pre-planning a route through the area to make sure it finds the holes between those solid objects. So again, as a new flyer, that's golden, because I guarantee you when you're out there flying, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get too close to a tree branch and you're going to clip it and it's going to fall out of the sky. With this, it'll pull back from the tree, and if you turn on that other feature, it'll actually fly between those trees. So it's pretty incredible there. It also has a lot of artificial intelligence built in, where it'll do things automatically. So for example, if you put the drone up in the air, one of the first things you're going to want to do is try to circle yourself in the air. So you're going to try and focus the camera on you and do a big circle around you from the outside to sort of keep you in the frame. And it takes a little bit of time to get good enough to do that. The drone has that built in. There are actually several pre-programmed flight modes that are built into the drone, where on the controller you can actually push a button and have it circle you, have it fly away from you, have it come in close and then fly past you. So you have a choice of sort of, again, hitting a button and having the drone take charge and fly around you and give you some beautiful cinematic footage. That's really hard to do on most drones in the market. So again, for a beginner, you can become this wonderful producer 10 minutes after you put the drone up in the air. And again, because of the protections built in, you're not going to have to worry about it flying off and doing what it thinks it should do on its own. So that's pretty cool. Now, as far as choices go, you can buy the drone on its own. You can also buy it with the standard controller. This is the RCN one. And with this controller, you use your phone or your tablet as the display screen. You also have the choice of buying it with the brand new integrated controller that's called the DJI RC. This has a display built into it. So essentially, if you go with this connection or this combination, you're getting a display built into the controller. You'll boot this up, boot up the drone. They know about each other, and you can immediately start flying. Here you've got to connect your phone up with a cable to the controller. They both work exactly the same. This one's a little less expensive, but you're using your phone. With this one, everything's built into the controller. I mentioned before about the two different battery styles. The standard battery, which keeps it under the 249 gram weight limit, will give you 34 minutes maximum of 34 minutes on a full charge. Now, again, to be fair, that's a test model that they did to give you the 34 minutes. You're not going to get 34 minutes of actual flight because you're fighting the wind and you're doing things with it, you're flying around. So I found with the standard battery, if I get a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes out of it on a good day, that's probably average. You may get longer than flight times than that. I mean, your mileage is going to vary depending on how you're flying, but having it up in the air for 25 minutes is still incredible to me. With the larger battery, it puts it over the 250 gram weight limit, but you're going to get up to 42 minutes of flight time out of this larger battery. And again, your mileage will vary. My experience here is well over 30, some cases 35 minutes of flight time. I haven't quite gotten close to the 40 yet. I tried hovering. It didn't stay up for 40 minutes, so it does drink a little bit more than they expect. But again, these flight times are unparalleled in the industry, especially for a small drone like this. So my suggestion would be, if you're going to buy this kit and you're really anxious to get out there and start flying, go with the integrated controller. It's a little bit more money, but it eliminates the need for using your phone. And absolutely go with the larger batteries. I don't really care so much about the registration costs. It's $5. It covers you for a couple of years. It's not like you've got to take this complicated test. So just register the drone. It's just like registering your dog. It's not a big deal. But that extra flight time is golden when you're up in the air. That extra 8 minutes is just perfect because it gives you plenty of time to get out on a target, to get the perfect angle you need, to get that perfect shot. You're not worried about, geez, I got to get back and land the drone. And then the last thing I'll say about the drone is there is a ton of safety features built in. So the drone itself is constantly monitoring the battery voltage and battery condition. And if the batteries get low, the drone will spin around, come back and land where it took off. If there are problems with the battery, the drone will spin around, come back to where it took off and land. If there are any communication issues between the drone and the controller, the drone immediately knows you're no longer controlling it. It'll automatically spin around, come back and land. So it's going to protect you against all of the major problems that you might find up in the air that other drones may not have the protections for. So you can put this up knowing you've got the confidence of having it come home if something happens when it's up in the air. And in general, I think they've done a wonderful job with this drone. I still can't believe they packed that much technology into a small airframe like this, but I love this drone. It's my favorite drone to fly, and I fly a lot of different drones. But when I leave the house, this one's always in my kit. So hopefully you found this review helpful. And until next time, happy flying.